What up, what up? Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. I'm Tom Smoke and we're doing the morning check-in. So I just got done eating my breakfast. I had 3 eggs, a slice of cheese, and I'm having a cup of coffee with some protein and creatine in it, 1 scoop of each. So far the whole week I was able to do the same breakfast, 3 eggs, a slice of cheese, scoop of protein, a little bit of milk, a dash of cream, a half and half, and water. A couple Monster Energy drinks in the daytime with a 8-ounce pork tenderloin serving and 12.5 ounces thereabouts of broccoli and carrots. So probably another 8 ounces of broccoli and 4 ounces of carrots or so in each lunch that I took to work. And then a scoop of protein after the workout every night. Now, my calories aren't exact, but according to my Samsung Health app, that's about 1,400 calories, something like that. Might be 900. I don't know. It's something low. Let me see if this thing's on here. Put it on my other phone. Let's see if it updated. But still, every day of the week, tracking it, you're able to consistently track what weight's coming off. So last Sunday when I started out, I was like 147 thereabouts, and had just got done eating at maintenance, filling out the glycogen and the water, all that stuff. Yeah, so it didn't save on here. But yeah, it's like 128 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat. So it's a very lean, protein sparing, modified fast, like a quasi keto diet. But basically it's a rapid fat loss diet, modeled around Lyle McDonald's rapid fat loss book and his diet protocol for higher protein to match your body weight and activity level, and then to reduce the total calories to as low as you can handle, and then throwing in some vegetables for fiber, food volume, and things like that. Konjac noodles for food volume and satiety, and different things, that kind of help with the fat loss, because the whole idea is that a calorie deficit is going to lose the weight, the fat, and then the protein heavy diet is going to satisfy the protein requirements so that the body doesn't break down the muscles as we're losing the weight, and that it specifically targets the fat and burns off the fat fairly rapidly. So based on the same meal every week, I'm going to try to do a 97.3 lean ground beef for dinner today and tomorrow, and save that, make another one for next week, and possibly do another pork tenderloin for the week, or do a chicken. It just depends. Pork tenderloin is really, really cheap. In my area in Indiana, we get some pretty good deals at Meijer. Sometimes they have buy one, get one for $1, so I can end up getting it's like 20 pounds damn near for like $40. So it's like really, really good deal, but you got to shop around. You got to be, a smart shopper, and you got to be diligent in when you get your groceries, what you get, and know where the best prices are. Because if you're like me and you're a dad, you got kids, you got places that money needs to go, and wasting it at the grocery store isn't the best spot for it. So check out my other videos for food ideas and meal plans and stuff like that. There's just a lot of options for healthy, low calorie foods, and it's not an exciting kind of thing. That's why people get burned out doing diets. That's why there's all these crash diets and fad diets that try to mask the weight loss as something else, but simply retard maxing, so to speak, and just dumbing down your diet, having 3 ingredients with a pre-made sauce that what's in it, and you can just drizzle it on top, or have it on the side as a dipping sauce, and just deal with some bland food every now and again. You know, if you lock in and you diet down, you're down to whatever percent this is. You know, I don't know what fat percentage I am, but I can feel it. I got love handles on the side. I've got chest fat. I've got, you know, lower belly fat. And just, it's not as low as I'd like it to be. So I'm trying to do a 3 week mini cut, and I'm already almost a week done. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm optimistic about the next 2 weeks. I really haven't been dealing with like hunger pains being too crazy and weakness and stuff like that. But I definitely have felt a little bit of fatigue, relying on some coffee and energy drinks to kind of get me through the day. I do have caffeine pills that I do take sometimes. It just depends on when, you know, what I'm doing, because I usually do a pre-workout that has all the stuff in it before I go work out. So typically the caffeine pills are like an early morning kind of thing. If I don't want to have coffee, I'll just take a caffeine pill and some water, and then, you know, reduce the calories that way instead of having coffee, milk, or some other kind of, you know, energy drink or whatever. But anyway, you know, looking pretty good. It's Saturday. And yesterday we did Kempo X. It was tough. We did a lot of kicking and punching, worked the shoulders, elbows, knees, hips, ankles, wrists, all that stuff. It's a very good workout. It's lightweight, but it's moving around. It's getting the joints activated and getting everything greasy. And you don't want to have stiff joints when you're in your 40s or in your 50s or in your 60s or even older, because it's going to make your quality of life a hell of a lot lower than you want it to be. It's going to limit your mobility. It's going to hinder your enjoyment of doing simple things, getting up and going to the bathroom, sitting on the couch, sitting in your car, driving around, sitting at the dinner table, eating, going out to a restaurant. You know, there's other things that you don't really think about, but that are affected by your health and wellness. And you might see people at work, you might know people in your life, in your family, your friends that got banged up quite a bit. And sure, they've got their excuses, but when it really comes down to it, they're not putting any work or investing in themselves. They're going out, trying to enjoy themselves, have a good time 24/7, eat what tastes good every time, eat the sweetest treats every time, have a pocket full of candy every day, get the donut with the coffee, get the blueberry muffin with the Starbucks. You know, there's all these choices that we make, and we could easily choose something else and have a lot different outcomes. But ultimately, until we get the wake up call, we're not going to change our mind. We're not going to change our ways. You know, an alcoholic doesn't really care if he's an alcoholic until they lose their job or kill somebody in a car wreck or flip their car and now they're paralyzed. You know, you didn't really give a shit about driving drunk and being an alcoholic before you know, it affected somebody that you knew, but now it did, and now it matters. So take it from me, you know, see my perspective, other people having similar things, getting sick, not doing too well. And if they would have just invested a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, avoided eating bullshit and putting things in their body that they know damn well they probably shouldn't have, they wouldn't be in the position that they're in. But you can see the warning signs, and you can make those choices for yourself. You can make those choices for your kids, for your family. And you can be that guy, that top flight dad that's going to take your family to the next level. You want to elevate yourself, elevate your family, because you want them to do better than you did. And if you started out with no knowledge about food, no knowledge about fitness, and you had to get fat, and you had to struggle and grind for years to lose that fat, to reshape your body and to transform yourself into what you should be, to unlock some of your potential, You got to do it. You got to open your eyes. You got to wake up. Every day that goes by, that's going to pass by anyway. But every day you don't put in some work, that's missed opportunities, that's missed goals, missed achievements. In other words, those are failures. And if you want to be a failure, you can keep going. Or you can switch it around and you can win every time. Win every time. Like, for instance, how do you get exactly one last scoop out of a bag of protein without doing measurings and stuff? Like, how do you get it? How do you get it? It's a coincidence, sure. They probably did that, by weight and volume. It's supposed to be like that. But, things happen in just the right way. But you have to make it happen. If you don't start the motion, you won't have any motion. You're just going to sit there and stagnate, and nothing's going to change. You're going to be on autopilot, just floating around, showing up to work. You don't remember how you got there, doing your job. You don't remember what you did all day. And then you go home. And that's all you remember is what you watched on TV, what you saw on Facebook or on Tinder, TikTok, whatever the hell, these people are watching these days. You gooned, and then you went to bed. And then maybe you got up and gooned before you went to work. Got some fast food on the way to work. People live simple lives. And they do the same thing over and over and over again. But the change of being comfortable with who you were and shifting to being more comfortable with who you want to be, and that aligning up with your future and current self, you no longer see your past self as somebody that aligns with your beliefs. Like, yeah, it was cool in the past, but you shifted your direction. You're going over there, not over there. And maybe you had some friends you had to leave in the dust, but that's part of being a commander. Not everybody can be at the top. Not everybody can be a boss. A lot of people want to be low-level goons. A lot of people want to be foot soldiers. And you got to respect that. You got to leave them behind. But you got to take care of yourself, and you got to protect what's yours. If you got a family, your friends aren't as important as your family, and your friends aren't as important as yourself. Because your friends aren't going to be there to pay your bills when time gets hard. And friends aren't going to be there to take care of your family when you're not. So remember that, fellas. Take care of yourself. Put in the work now. Pay now so you don't pay later. Because you don't want to be that guy getting the fucked up news from your doctor saying that you made some choices and now you got to pay. Hell yeah, we're getting ripped. Do the right thing. Show yourself every day when you look in the mirror that everything you're wearing looks great. You're a handsome man. You're a dashing fellow. Because you can unlock your physique and become more manly than you are right now. If you've got titties and you've got testicles, those two things cannot come together in the same person. So figure out which one you want to be, man. You got to man up, or you're going to be a coward and run away. You already found this video. You're probably already doing the work. Join me tonight at midnight. We're doing stretching, doing the P90X, week 6, day 7. Hell yeah, it's going to be nice. I'll see you there. I'm Tom Smoke, and we're getting ripped, baby. Hell yeah, follow me on TikTok at Tom Smoke Fitness. I'll see you next time.